Today we've got, let me make sure my overlay is correct first. Yep, Paragon will be attacking first here on King's Row. This is a Alright, so here we are in game number 1 between Paragon and Warders. I did cast the Gosu Gamers EU Invitational, but I only followed Hubris through the bracket mostly. I did get to see Paragon versus Hubris back then, so I have some familiarity. Some familiarity with Paragon already, so I'm going to be watching Sita as their primary Pharah player as we head out the gate here. And it appears my hotkeys are not set for changing first person, so let me just do that very quickly, because the EU server does not save your hotkeys from your other server. So I just need to change toggle third person, save, and we're back. Alright, and we finished just in time to watch him go down to Sami, the Pharah defending for Warders. Let's watch Juzuka as the attacking Reaper for Paragon. I also love Reaper. Reaper is a terrific attacker. He's a wonderful flanker, and he is vital for taking out squishies in the backline. He can also be very, very important for taking out things like Widowmaker, Hanzo, Mercy, Zenyatta, all the things that like to sit in the far back. Reaper excels at taking out. So it looks like we do have a Reaper on both offense and defense. I'm going to pull out to the free cam just for a second so we can actually get a look at the point being captured right now, as the attacking team Paragon has actually moved up here very, very quickly. The defending team still has 3 standing here on the point, so it could be difficult for them to actually break through. I'm going to watch Iliajo, the Lucio for the attacking team, as he did just get his ultimate. He's going to go ahead and use his sound barrier immediately to try and deal with the defenders streaming back in. There's a Pharah dropping barrage. That's Sami on Warders, trying to prevent them from actually capping this. They've got the first third already completed. They are contested now to try and get that second third secured. There they do, and they will move on now with 3 minutes 20 seconds, 3 minutes 19 seconds. Any second now they will actually cap that. Every second matters here for each checkpoint, as that is the rules for the Invitational that we're watching today. Zarya ult goes down, and with Reaper still defending there, I was thinking they would get in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, but actually defense just did a terrific job there cleaning up, and Paragon will have to reset and try and attack again. Excuse me, just had a little bit of a cough there. Sita attacking now once more for Paragon, trying to just get in as much damage as he can, while Unpul, as we may call him, is actually providing the damage boost from Mercy. There's a couple of free shots on Reinhardt. We don't have any health bars, unfortunately, in spectator mode right now to know what health he's at. I would have to switch over, but here we go. They are back on the point here. I'm going to go back into overhead view, as several of the defending members did die. Looks like 2:27 is going to be our time to beat. If someone in the chat would like to make a note, 2:27. Was how much time was remaining. 2:27 was how much time was remaining. So every checkpoint matters. I'm going to make a quick note here. 2:27 remaining, CP1 for checkpoint 1. And we'll move on to the payload portion. Thank you very much, Tip for Tap Gaming. Alright, so now moving through King's Row. On the payload portion of the map, we're going to be watching Juzuka as McCree, landing a nice flashbang onto Reaper, but unable to get the follow-up as Wraithwalk was still available. Reaper does go down eventually to that group of players. Iliajo also going down on Lucio, and currently nobody pushing the payload except for McCree. He does have the range, though, to be able to do it. Enemy Reinhardt over in attacking territory. He's going to go down very quickly, and Paragon suddenly with a very strong push. Mercy did go down, and Lucio's on his way back, but the attacking front line seems to be doing just fine without them. There's Sami up in the air for Warders, trying to defend this next checkpoint. And we're going to watch this time very closely. 4:08 remaining. Yes, 4:08 remaining. Sami gets picked out of the sky there, so let's do that there. typed in. Alright, still watching Jizuka here on McCree, getting a few shots off, just trying to stay in the far back, waiting for his teammates basically to arrive again. We're going to go ahead and catch up with the payload now in the free cam, so we don't miss anything there. There's a big offensive Mercy res to bring several members of the attacking team back up. Now we've got our vantage point for the next leg. Let's go ahead and watch Sita back on the offensive Pharah for Paragon. Sita, I did watch against Hubris. Hubris actually did defeat Paragon in that EU Invitational, but Sita was vital in actually trying to make something happen for the offense for Paragon. Here they are doing a great job already on King's Row, progressing to the final stretch. All they've got to do now is go around this final S-bend, and they will have set a map time for Warders to try and defeat. Okay, looks like no free shots available. They are playing back behind the corner here, so Sita does have Barrage available, but is going to need to wait for that front line to get established. Reinhardt being played by Lazy, or Lazy, for the attacking team Paragon. Will need to move up here eventually, as the rest of the defending team is actually returning to the battle. Mercy is damage amping Sami over on the defensive side. You can see them up in the sniper nest area, dead ahead now. Barrage is ready. Will he try and do it? Yes, he takes out the enemy Pharah, gets a little bit of damage in on Mercy. Lucio did drop that defensive sound barrier, though, to provide his team for a little bit more health. There's that defensive Reinhardt ult actually taking down the attacking Reinhardt, but everyone is back up now for offense, and they're able to 3-push this payload along. Okay, so I think I'm going to change up the way we do the checkpoint timers for the next round. I've got an app here that will help me out with that. Hopefully they do complete the map here, and that'll be easier for us. Big Zarya ult goes down, but no follow-up available. Mercy also bringing up the rest of the defensive team to try and get them back into the action. There's an offensive Reinhardt ult taking out the defensive Lucio. Great move there. Lazy's going to have to return to the fight here very soon. Let's go ahead and watch Iliajo. No, excuse me, we're going to watch Froggy from the attacking team, because Zarya has her Graviton Surge available, and that could just be a huge ultimate here for the attacking team to be able to set a time on King's Row here in game number 1 of this best of 3 series. Zarya does go down here, so we'll switch over to the other tank. We've got Lazy back up front here with his 2,000 health shield on Reinhardt. Excuse me. Sami on the other side, just raining hell down with that damage amp Pharah. That shield is going to break apart rapidly, but now you can see it regenerating down in the bottom left corner. Moving forward now, we have both teams fully active, trying to make something happen here. There's that offensive Zarya ult that we looked for earlier. It looks like they did manage to capitalize on it quite a bit here, as 2 members of the defensive side have gone down. Zarya and Lucio are dead, but Lotus just in here swinging his hammer like crazy, trying to prevent this payload from moving. He actually gets a pin on Lazy, but does go down eventually. Jizuka with McCree's Deadeye does get a free kill onto Lucio. We're going to move the camera over here to the final standing area here. This is the last delivery place for this payload to actually reach, and they're on the downslope now. Lazy trying to get a pin, doesn't actually hit anybody. Defensive Lucio ult coming down to provide 500 extra HP for his team. There's that offensive Lucio ult. I'm going to switch back to Jizuka's POV here, as Deadeye is now available. He is going to pop it immediately to get that free Pharah kill. No, he doesn't actually finish it. Mercy did go down, but not Pharah, and the barrage actually comes out almost entirely there. Back over to the free cam. You hear the die coming down from Reaper. It looks like he did manage to help kill Zarya and Pharah. Don't know if he was directly responsible, but did get some damage in. Defense does regain control of the payload here with only 1 minute 53 seconds remaining. So Warders doing a good job defending the final stretch on King's Row. So good of a job, actually, that I'm going to have to pull my free cam back. Let's go ahead and watch Fraggy, the offensive Zarya, once again popping her ultimate. Reinhardt doing a good job keeping his shield up, but then he uses his ultimate to prevent incoming damage instead, and Zarya herself goes down. Let's switch over to Reinhardt. He's got his ultimate available, and that's going to be a huge CC ult once he has enough targets. Rez is coming down on both sides right now. There's the hammer down, knocking down the bulk of the offensive team, and now barely contested here at the final point. The offense is going to move up, but no, Lucio ult again for defense keeps them in good health, trying to prevent this capture once more. Only 1 minute 10 seconds left here for Paragon to try and make something happen. Zexy is the last one here on Mercy getting taken out now, and Nikki on Lucio getting zapped down. Deadeye's coming out, watching the spawns there. 57 seconds remaining. Great job there. So we have set a time now. Paragon has set a time. I'm going to switch over to my app here. Actually, let's watch play of the game first.
Play of the game.
I did shout out the wrong Paragon on Twitter, it appears. I accidentally tagged the game Paragon instead of the guild Paragon. Whoopsie daisy. But now our overlay is at least correct here, and I do have the timer ready to go for the moment that it actually counts down. Thank you guys. We've got 20 viewers so far for the first round of the Good Studio EU Last Stand Invitational. Thank you guys for joining. And I'll just leave this camera here until we're ready to click the button. So on defense, we've got Unpull, Lazy, Fraggy, Iliajo, Sita, and Juzuka from the Paragon team versus Lotus, Zexy, Insi, Enzuru, Sami, and Aneki on the attacking team. Once again, that is Warders. So I'm going to tab out here, make sure I press that button right as we begin so that you guys have an accurate counter. 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And the games have begun. That should be working for you. Yes, time to beat. Just around 9 minutes here. So the attacking team, we've got Lotus coming in as the Reinhardt to get us started. He's going to charge in unopposed and not get a pin, but he is looking for some Paragon targets to swing at. Shield's still up. 1400 health is pretty good. Mercy healing him up. Zexy. We've got the shift into Mercy. Does not catch the pin. As she was just out of that hitbox for the full pin. Just bounces her away harmlessly instead. We're going to pull out to the third-person view now and see that the defense is actually doing a very good job cleaning up here. Symmetra turrets on either side of the point. We've got Juzuka and Sita as Reaper and McCree just doing all the damage necessary to prevent the attacking team from capping very, very quickly. Sami over on the attacking team, Warders, playing Pharah, being healed up and boosted by Zexy on Mercy, excuse me. Got Reinhardt charging in. Looks like he did actually catch a target there. The attacker, Lucio, Aneki. Alright. So Sami right now just looking for basically anything to shoot at. We're pulling out to the third person now to see a Zarya ult come down for the offense, but a Roadhog ult on defense actually prevents anything bad from actually happening to the Paragon team. Let's switch back over to Sami now on offense. It looks like their damage dealers are just Genji. Actually, we do have a Genji. Let's go ahead and watch Enzuru on Genji as he's trying to catch some free shurikens here onto the defending team. His Reinhardt actually gets removed very quickly from the battle. Deflect is terrific there to take out Fraggy on Roadhog. They have the offensive resurrection already to try and bring everyone back. Genji using his ult now. He's going to be deflecting some Reaper shots. It looks like with only 5 health, though, he is not going to be able to capitalize on that Genji ultimate as well as he would have hoped. There is that defensive teleporter that he gets a vision on now. Sami on Pharah does have Barrage available. We'll see if he's going to be able to do anything here. Reinhardt and Roadhog doing such a great job here on the defensive side. You can see Mercy's silhouette just back to the left, so she is not under fire constantly. Great stuff there. Let's switch back to Enzuru here on Genji. This is the attacking team here once again. I will be mostly taking the first-person views of attackers because they are the ones driving the action. Juzuka on McCree doing a good job defending there. So back onto Reinhardt now. Lotus has that Earth Shatter ultimate that is so important. Their time is ticking down. They're already taking, you know, several minutes to try and reach just this first capture point to get the payload moving. Now he charges in, does not catch the pin on Mercy once again, unfortunately for him, but he does hit the enormous Earth Shatter, taking out 2 members of the enemy team very quickly. There's a high noon coming out from the defense, but it looks like Reinhardt alone is driving the action. Lotus trying to finish the job here, but Fraggy and Juzuka will just run up on him. The last 4 remaining players are all that were needed as the attacking team was slowly picked apart, it appears. Back on to Genji being played by Enzuru. He does have his ultimate available once again. Let's see if he can get anything done with it here so that Warders can have a chance of matching this time to beat. 5 minutes 43 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be pretty difficult as it is. But it has already been 3.5 minutes here for just the first point. There's that teleporter. Good job, Genji. Oh, Genji gets the free kill on Juzuka, playing McCree as he pops out of the teleporter unwittingly into the Genji ultimate. It looks like they have finally captured the payload here, so we'll go ahead and move forward with our free cam to catch these new defensive setups. Offense push way up now with Mercy, Pharah, and Lucio trying to keep the enemy at bay so they have a little bit of room to push. Let's go ahead and watch Sami here on Pharah with Barrage available, being damage amped by Zexy as the defending team tries to string back in here. They do not have a teleporter to work with. Symmetra actually being switched off to a different character now. Looks like they have Lucio and Mercy instead, with Sita and Juzuka still playing their primary damage dealers, Lazy and Froggy playing the tanks. So Sami does go down. We're back on Enzuru now as that action-driven Genji, but the defensive Reaper, Sita, actually takes him out. Enzuru now behind the Reaper, but does fall very quickly to that Death Blossom, as does Lotus. It looks like the entire attacking team is essentially dead right now, so we'll pull out to the free cam and watch defense just get set back up. They have 2 players that went down, and they're going to be able to return to the fight thanks to the great moves there of that front line. 3 minutes 8 seconds left in the match, but 4 minutes 12 seconds left for Warders to try and set a time, or to defeat Paragon's time, I should say. Okay. Break it down. Aneki, giving his team that huge health boost, is going to be able to push them a little bit further. They're going to be able to reach this checkpoint, it seems, unless defense can get back together very quickly. Genji over there, I can see Enzuru in critical health. But he is actually still alive, so let's go ahead and take his view as he does have his ultimate once again and can be really vital here for helping them achieve this checkpoint. There is the hammer down from the defensive Reinhardt Lazy to actually stop that from happening at all. We've got only 3 minutes 14 seconds here for the offense to try and make something happen. Umpel and Sita doing a good job so far as that Mercy Pharah combo for the defense. We're back on Enzuru now, as he does have that all-important Genji ultimate. Genji's ultimate can take out 2, 3, 4 members at a time if they are lined up well enough for him. Zarya with a bubble on her is not going to be a great target for Genji, so he's going to back off. She just has a lot of health, and the shields prevent him from dealing consistent damage. There he pops his ultimate, but does not get much done with it, unfortunately. He picked a tank to attack rather than one of the squishier targets in the back. Genji really needs to be one of those flankers. With his mobility, he can get to the back lines very easily to try and cause a lot of havoc up there. 2 minutes 24 seconds remaining There's Sita with the defensive barrage, actually taking out at least one member of the attacking team. Looks like they're pushed up super far with only 2 minutes 15 seconds left. The entire defensive team is up here, trying to keep them from coming back from spawn, and they're going to do a pretty good job, actually. I don't know if Enzuru on Genji is going to be enough. Sami not quite doing enough damage either to try and get this payload moving again. On the other side, Lazy as well as Sita, providing cover for that payload on defense, have been doing just a terrific job. So let's switch back to Sami now in the air for the attacking team Warders. I see that big Reinhardt ult coming down. It looks like not a ton was actually accomplished, unfortunately, for the attacking team. There's a high noon coming in from Juzuka on the other side, and Mercy is suddenly down, Genji's down, Lucio's down. Only 22 seconds left in the match means that they're not going to be able to set a time unless they can get over here and contest this thing in just 15 seconds. They are actually attacking now. It looks like an ultimate did wipe the entire enemy team. Sorry for missing that. I always watch the attacking damage dealers, but it looks like the tanks alone were able to make it happen. Only 2 seconds left. They're able to reach the final checkpoint, but now they only have 1 minute 8 seconds to try and complete the map. That is the all-important number. Doesn't matter how they do if they cannot complete the map. Defense setting up once more here. Let's go ahead and take Sami's view as he has barrage available. Could try and score a meaty multi-kill here with Zexy damage amping him. There's a direct hit onto Sita on the defense. Another good direct hit, but Sita does pop that defensive barrage. Doesn't look like he caught a whole lot. Mercy rezzing the offensive team here. Warders to try and move the payload forward. 35 seconds left. Defensive Lucio ult comes out. There's that defensive Zarya ult as well. Not actually catching anybody, but that's that's okay for them, as Reinhardt is not quite back to the fray yet. Let's go ahead and switch back onto Sami with barrage available. Character switches have not really been happening too much. I don't see any diva spam, for example, even though we are at the very end of King's Row. 5 seconds left means that Paragon is going to win game 1 here, and there it is. Game is officially over now, but of course we're going to play it out with only 43 seconds left remaining. There's no reason not to see if Warders is going to be able to accomplish this or not. Both teams still playing their hearts out. I'm not sure if they, fully realize that the game is over or not. I could say something, but I'm not adminning this event. I'm just casting it. Everyone is aware of the time to beat, so we will find out in just 20 seconds anyway. And the defense has wrested control of the payload. Once again, it looks like Warders is not going to be able to successfully attack without any of their ultimates. Here, actually, Froggy and Mercy both there with their ultimates. Graviton Surge is going to be a big one, but if they can't reach that payload... Let's go ahead and watch the overhead view of the payload once more, just so be sure what we're seeing here. Attacking, Zarya does get the ult off, but Froggy on Diva does actually switch off to Diva. There are 2 now. I mentioned there were no Divas earlier, but in overtime, offense does get wiped, and that is going to be it for game number 1.
Огонь по готовности! Огонь по готовности!
Ouch! One high-powered Zarya basically just eliminated the entire team there. 33 eliminations on UNPL. Good job staying alive there. Lazy with the 7 Earth Shatter kills on 10 stuns. Very well played as well.